When COVID shut down in-person events, I had no choice but to start doing webinars. Surprisingly, it worked, and we were making $200,000 per month. Not only that, we were reaching hundreds of thousands of people without having to travel. In this video, I'll show you how to easily create a webinar system that will grow your business and get you clients. I worked at a financial coaching company called Enriched Academy for 11 years. My job was to do in-person workshops with the goal of selling tickets to an event. We were running the largest financial literacy events in the country, but it was exhausting. I was on 2 flights per week, doing 3 in-person presentations a day, and I knew I didn't want to do this long-term. At that time, I started looking at different options. Then COVID hit. First, my flights started getting canceled. Then workshop organizers started calling me and canceling. My calendar looked like I was completely unemployed. We had to go online. I experimented with webinars a few years back, but I was never able to make it profitable. I started reading everything that I could on webinars and online marketing. People like Russell Brunson, Lewis Howes had a webinar program back in the day. Now he's really blown up. Molly Pittman, digital marketer. And in 2020, we decided to go all in on webinars. We planned a big webinar launch for January 2nd, 2020. January is always the best month in the coaching space because people are setting their New Year's goals. We spent $25,000 and got about 2,000 people registered for our webinar. And the day of the webinar, my webcam actually stopped working. I thought that this was a sign of a complete disaster. But that webinar ended up making $45,000. So we spent $25,000, made $45,000, and that was honestly one of the happiest days of my life, not because of the money, just because of the journey. But then we ran into another massive problem. 2020 was an amazing year from a business standpoint. We generated $2.4 million in revenue using webinars for the first year being online. But then another unexpected problem happened in 2021. To me, this was worse than COVID. It was Apple's privacy crackdown. Our cost per leads went from $5 to like $50. And the webinars that started making us a lot of money started losing money really fast. We kept running webinars, trying different strategies, angles, and offers, but nothing was able to make them profitable like they were in 2020. We decided to turn off the ads, let go of our entire team of 10, and stop online marketing, which was obviously one of the hardest moments and worst feelings. I ended up completely changing roles in the company, but throughout all this chaos, there was a blessing in disguise. The company decided to keep running weekly webinars to our email list using the content we already had. The main reason was honestly to improve our content. We were really big on content. We had programs in different institutions and schools, and we wanted to continue to evolve it. So no full-time team, no complicated funnels, just a weekly webinar, and we had a team member do the presentation each week. At this time, I moved into a completely different role. Online marketing was dead to me. I wanted nothing to do with it. But during our monthly company meetings, we'd review the financials, and something crazy was happening. The first month after shutting down the paid marketing, the weekly webinars generated $100,000 in revenue, and most of it was profit. I completely ignored it because I thought it was just leftover effect from the ads and it wouldn't last. And again, online marketing was dead to me. But the next month, the same thing happened. And month after month for years, 3 years, we'd look at the numbers and we'd be making between $50,000 and $100,000 in revenue. No one could believe it. And that completely changed how I think about online marketing and business. So here are lessons I want to share with you on how to grow your online business using webinars. Lesson number 1 is consistency is everything. The biggest brands in the world like McKinsey, EY, HubSpot, Salesforce are all running monthly or weekly webinars, and they're not doing a hard close on their webinars. If you sell high-ticket services, your leads don't convert into sales after just watching one video or one podcast episode. They need to be nurtured. And from what I've seen in the online marketing world, most businesses don't have a strong lead nurturing strategy. Now, running a monthly webinar is the best way to solve that problem and turn more of your leads into sales. Lesson number 2, don't judge too soon. One of the biggest mistakes I made was I judged the success of our webinar based on the first one. Yes, we got clients every time we did a webinar, but I missed the bigger picture. Most of our clients didn't buy right away. Some took months, some took years. If I measured the success over time, I would have seen the real ROI and made better decisions. Lesson number 3 is the fact that $0 leads are possible. This experience showed me the real power of word-of-mouth marketing. People showed up to our webinars and turned into clients just because a friend told them about it. It happened on its own because the webinars were genuinely high quality. Looking back, the lesson is simple. Make your content so good people want to share it. Then make it easy for them to share it. That's how webinars can get you leads for free. Lesson number 4, real connections with your audience is extremely powerful. Because we did a weekly webinar, people didn't just attend, they connected with us. They wanted to support us because the connections were so real and people wanted to help, and we just kept providing so much value. The connection you have with your audience is one of the best long-term assets for your business. Lesson number 5 is slow down before you quit. This is one of the biggest lessons and reminders to myself, and honestly, I quit that strategy way too quickly. Not everything works right away, and when it doesn't, take a breath, do some reflections, but stay in the game. If you want a step-by-step breakdown on how to add $1 million in profit to your business using webinars, watch this video here.